the spooky circus that came to town. Once upon a time, in a small, sleepy town named Willowbrook, nestled between rolling hills and dense forests, something extraordinary and terrifying happened. Every year, Willowbrook held a grand fair in the town square, where people from all over the region would gather to enjoy games, food, and entertainment. But this year, something was different. This year, the spooky circus came to town. It all began on a foggy evening, just as the sun was setting. The townsfolk were busy preparing for the fair when they heard strange, eerie music drifting through the air. It was unlike anything they'd ever heard before, haunting melodies that seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere at the same time. Curious, the townspeople followed the sound and found themselves at the edge of the forest, where a large, decrepit circus tent had appeared out of nowhere. The tent was covered in tattered, dark red fabric, and the entrance was adorned with flickering lanterns that cast an unsettling glow. The townsfolk hesitated, unsure what to make of this mysterious circus. But as the music grew louder and more enticing, they couldn't resist the urge to explore. One by one, they entered the tent, and the spooky circus came to life. Inside, the tent was filled with strange and wondrous sights. There were clowns with faces painted in unnatural colors, their smiles stretching from ear to ear. Acrobats performed daring feats high above the crowd, their movements graceful yet somehow unsettling. And in the center of it all was a ringmaster, a tall man with piercing eyes and a voice that seemed to echo through the very souls of those who listened. The ringmaster welcomed the townsfolk with a sinister grin. "Welcome to the spooky circus," he said, his voice dripping with malice. "Here, you will see things you have never seen before. But be warned, once you enter, you can never leave." The townspeople didn't realize the truth of his words until it was too late. As they wandered through the circus, they began to notice strange things. The clown smiles never seemed to fade, even when they weren't performing. The acrobats moved with unnatural speed and precision, as if they were not quite human. And the animals in the menagerie, lions, tigers, and elephants, had eyes that seemed to follow the visitors, filled with a dark intelligence. One little girl named Emily, who had come to the circus with her parents, was particularly captivated